practice your interview questions beforehand. You can find lists of questions out on the internet. I'm not saying you'll be asked those exact questions, but what it helps you to do is to remember scenarios you've had that help you to answer those questions. I'm a big believer in that most everybody has had a scenario that they can describe that will help answer the question. The biggest challenge of an interview is being able to recall it and to explain it in a concise manner, so making your story short, essentially. So go out, spend some time on the internet, look up interview questions, and practice with yourself. If you can get a friend to fake interview you, do sort of a mock, do that. Professors might be willing to do it for you. Anyone you can really spend as much time as possible practicing interviewing, because it's hard to get to the interview stage. And once you've made it that far, if you can interview well, you have a very good shot at getting hired.
So my advice is start earlier than you think. I had my offers at NAU my junior year, for when I graduated. So companies hire, you have to fill their pipeline, right? We don't wait until we need people to start the process. So right now at Intel, we're interviewing, right, for 2014, right? So we're interviewing college graduates that will be graduating then, right? And so my biggest advice is start early. Don't wait for, oh, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, because you're going to have all kinds of different opportunities. But especially if you're interested in corporate finance or bigger firms, even if it's on the financial services, big firms like Vanguard also. I mean, I even, back when I was doing in my junior year interview with Vanguard and whatnot, and they're hiring way, way ahead, which is something I didn't know in college, right? And then some of my friends who waited until, they were graduating, had less opportunities. And second, I want to add to Richard's comment about the application process. So it is very daunting to just upload your resume online with thousands of applications that aren't actually screened by individuals. So I think if you should do that, but you need to do lots of them, right? You could maybe expect out of 100, you could get 10% response. That wouldn't be normal. That would be an aggressive goal. So in lieu of that, when you do that, make sure your cover letter or your resume is modified for the verbiage that's in the job description so that they can get hits on the computer. Second of all, go to the career fairs and look up the companies you're interested in. They often host information sessions on their campus where you actually get the opportunity to shake someone's hand that's doing the hiring and give them your resume and hear in person what it's like to work for that company to see if it's a fit for you. That's how I did it at Intel, right? I went down to an informational session. They didn't ask me to come, I went there. I also went to the engineering job fairs here all the time because the business school offered mostly financial services and I wanted to go into corporate finance. I also would drive down to ASU and go to their big career fairs. Don't use every opportunity that you can. You can do that. Nobody's checking IDs at ASU to go. I mean, they used to think I was crazy when I would go to the engineering fairs here, right? But you get to talk to someone in person from Coca-Cola or, from Raytheon or big companies that have really good development programs to help you through that first 5 years of training and development. So those are my two.
I would add that whoever you're interviewing with is trying to figure out who you are as a person. They want to get a sense of, they know you've probably got the skills, but what will differentiate you is whether you'd be a good fit in the organization. People tend to hire in their own image, if you will, because that's somebody they can relate to and get along with and will be a good team player. Be open and honest as possible so they can get a real good feel for who you are. And I know sometimes that's tough and sometimes it's intimidating, but I think it's important to the process. And I will also add that this is something that is new to you guys, but keep your Facebooks pretty clean, because all the employers these days are doing much further research on you than just your resume. They're going online and finding out whatever they can about whoever they're going to be interviewing, just like you're going online and finding out whatever is going on with that corporation, what they're up to. So it's a mutual process, and you want to have as little baggage as possible that can haunt you.
Can I add one more thing? Don't forget that while you're at the interview, it's your chance to learn about the company. And not every job you interview for will be the right fit. part of your own duty to make sure that when you spend time there, you ask good questions, you learn about the job, you learn about the company, and you make sure that it's the right career, because that's really what you want it to be, right? You want it to be a career, not something where you're going to work for 6 months and say, I hate this job, and you quit and go find another one. I think it's really in your best interest, as well as, you know, it kind of works out better for the employer that way. So don't be afraid to say no if it's not the right job. Keep looking to make sure that you land right.
Now, one thing I want to emphasize that Brandy said, she's the first student I ever had that didn't just go to the career fairs here, but just drove down to Phoenix and went to ASU's career fairs. So if you're not a student at ASU, just show up, shake hands. I think that was a great idea. She was very proactive. Put it that way. Worked out well.